oh, you guys are going to take this the wrong way, but most of you aren't going to make it. I'd say 80% of you guys aren't going to do it. 20% of you will, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I don't fault you for it. You just have to go into anything you do assuming that 80% of the people are going to fuck it up and there's nothing you can do to help them. But in this case, that 80% of the guys are still, like loyal fans, loyal readers. They're trying, and I'm not faulting them for that. But those 80% of failures kind of subsidize the 20% that are going to make it. And this is one of those things I do like about the men swapping notes side of the red pill. It's that even in failure, you can be useful. You would see the same thing every time. A girl would get in there. It's like, dude, you guys, red pill is garbage. You guys are wrong. And it was never arguing about what women did. It was always arguing about what the intentions were. Like, yeah, women cheat on their men, but it's not for the reasons you think. It's because of this reason. And you realize all the arguments came down to guys assuming they know what's in a girl's head. And that's the part you're right. Don't even try to understand that. Absolutely. Whatever you're saying is probably a lie. Even if you don't think it's a lie, it's definitely not true. It's definitely not helpful. But actions are honest. Actions are predictable, and people will tend to act very predictably with a certain set of stimuli. That's the one thing that's kind of like really disillusioned me with the concept of free will, is watching how predictable people can be. It's absolutely crazy. And that's the one thing I will warn you guys about if you ever want to go red pilled, right? Don't sit here and expect yourself not to be a little more cynical to the human condition afterwards. You're going to be a little bit jaded. So if your shit posting game is on, it's go for it. Yeah, but girls, they tend to act the same. Like if a girl wants to step out on her marriage, if she wants to upgrade her man, there's going to be signs. They're all fairly predictable, and you'll notice the same things. You're going to see, like, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. You'll see a girl, all of a sudden, she's always about, you're always trying to control me. You don't want to do that. She'll start dressing, like, extremely sexy during, like, her ovulatory phase. She doesn't know she's doing it. It's instincts, right? It just feels right at the time. And if you ask her about it, she'll offer a post hoc justification that is tangential to the issue. Great example of what I mean there is, like, if you ask a girl what kind of guy she's into, and she'll say, oh, I'm into nerds. Well, no, she's not into nerds because you show her an unattractive nerd. Or ask a guy, what kind of girls do you like? Oh, I like goth girls. Do you, though? Turns out for guys, we mistake our preferences for what's available. So if goth girls are the ones that are into you, you're going to think goth girls are better looking. If girls say they like nerds, they like attractive guys who wear glasses and who like Warhammer. But it has nothing to do with the nerdy stuff. But like, we can't really admit to ourselves the things we're attracted to, like 6 feet tall, 6 foot abs, whatever. So that's why, and that's another reason, like, communication about this is absolutely ridiculous. You don't need communication. Heck, even Allie, I'll give her credit. She does good work. She's at least approaching it in the right way. Because most girls, when they try to do relationship stuff, they talk about feelings, they talk about status. It's all fresh and fit for women. Allie is at least making an effort to, like, watch for behaviors. Because behaviors are honest, behaviors are predictable, and behaviors don't lie. So, kudos. I hope it goes well for her. I really do. But yeah, when you try to converse with somebody, like, they don't know how to be honest. You want to talk about feelings? What's she going to do? She'll tell you if you wash more dishes, maybe we'll have more sex. It's like, dude, it has nothing to do with it. Nobody has ever gotten wet from doing the dishes other than the water. So for a fact it's nothing to do with that. But the girl wholeheartedly believes it. Why does she believe it? Because she doesn't know what makes her attractive or what makes her attracted to you. And so she picks things that frustrates her and it's like, that must be it. And then you get rid of that. It's not it. So then they have to get mad. And that's why, like, a lot of guys who did the chore play thing, they'll find that, I did all the dishes, babe. Come on, let's go have sex. And then she'll like, oh, I can't believe you. And they would come up with some other reason, or they'd pick a fight for just a reason because they don't feel like it, but they can't articulate it. So they need to come up with an excuse and make it his fault. I wanted to, but then you said that one errant, you said hi the weird way, and now I don't want to anymore. And that's where you kind of realize, yeah, it's like trying to understand people like they're a Swiss watch and break them apart and understand their motivations and all this shit. It's a fool's errand. Just watch behavior. Watch behavior. If a girl's into you, you'll be able to notice. If a girl's not into you, you'll be able to notice that too. Just ignore the mouth words and do what you do. Yeah. But if you want to start fights on the internet to get some clout or do some things, absolutely. Oh, girls are all whores because of this and the other thing. And then they'll yell at you and you'll yell at them. And that's why when I argue with Kate's been around since like 2015. She's been around for forever on Twitter. Deads and Sushi is the one she goes by. I think she's got a different name now. But she'll every time you bring up anything about women that's even the slightest bit negative, she's like, well, I'm not like that. I've never been like that. And it turns out most arguments are that. A guy will argue hyperbolically about something that chicks do. Oh, they're all cheating 304s belong to the streets. And then girl 2 will be like, I'm not like that. You're completely wrong about it. And just deny the problem exists. And then once you understand from the dynamics of it that she's not arguing that women aren't like that. She's saying, I'm not like that. She's filtering it through solipsism. How does that statement make me look bad? And then the best response you're ever going to give if a girl's telling you that not all women are like that, just say, no, not you. I'm talking about the other girls. And you'll be surprised how many times you'll say something that's fairly accurate about women, and the other girl will agree with you now. She's like, oh, yeah, not me, but them. And for all you know, it might be true. She actually might not be like that, but that's not the point of AWOLT anyway, or like all women are like that. It's not to say that all women are actually like that. It's saying you need to assume all women are like that until proven otherwise, because otherwise you're going to make stupid choices, and the ones that are like that are going to run roughshod over you and step on your nuts. Treat all guns as if they're loaded. Well, not all guns are loaded. Yes, your gun's not loaded. I'm talking about those guns. You know what I mean? And that's another thing that people kind of miss. And I'm going to end on this, and then we're going to banter for the rest. It's not even a mindset. It's a mental model. That's the one thing I've tried to get you to here. It's a mental model. A model of the world that you use to anchor your decisions. Because it turns out people, evolutionary speaking, are still cavemen. And we think of everything as narratives. Treat all women as if they're loaded. Exactly, green light. A mental model. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. If it's true, it's great. But if it's not true, so much the better. The key point to understand is if I act as if this is true, will my decisions give me better outcomes? And that's the only question. That's why Red Pill is never about finding truth, and I always argue that. It's about utility. Is this useful? We are green light. Yeah, women want an intimate connection, but not dealing with the BS in between. Well, you want a guy that just gets it. And a lot of this is just process of how guys get it. And it's almost not good that you're here, Sarah, or Billy. I'm not sure which one you are. But like seeing how guys get it, it kind of ruins the magic of the thing. And a lot of girls don't like it. Yeah, strategy versus tactics. All right. Nah, Baker, I'm not going to use that one. It's consequentialism. But it's also womanese. That's the funny thing about this. A lot of red pilled stuff is female strategies adopted from male sensibilities. Ryan, knowing all this, will you ever get married? No. I've already had that talk many a times. Not going to happen. It has nothing to do with this. It has to do with my mom's acrimonious, twice divorced nature. I'm like, I ain't going through that shit. If I'm sticking with my woman, it's going to be a choice every day. Choice every day. None of this forced. Treat all women as if they're Billy. Yeah, exactly.
79T 2458 Learning Corp. Little Red Riding Hood. Take one.